We're going west. We're going west. Actually, let's go over here first. The music cut out. It feels very quiet. Like, eerily quiet. I wonder if that's kind of a glitch. It's weird that it's this quiet right now and just hearing my footfalls. Huh. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. No, no, no. I'm not going west. That's the quest marker. It's not the way to beat this dungeon. Dang it. Gabriel Stinson says, all DC movies have a visual style that just doesn't connect with me. I really liked Aquaman, highly looking forward to Black Adam despite the visual style. That's really interesting to hear. But it doesn't surprise me. It is distinct. It is distinct. And so, yeah, if it's not connecting with you, then it's going to be an obstacle. Whereas it makes perfect sense that you would like Aquaman. Aquaman broke from that and went much more colorful and felt more visually like a Marvel movie to me. Well, and in tone too. I think that was definitely going for some of that fun quality that the Marvel movies go for. All right. What is that? Oh, it's a lever. Okay, yeah. Well, we probably ought to pull it then. Can I jump down from here? I can, but do I want to? I don't know. Let's wait. Oh! Jeez, got me. Oh boy, here we go. Oh crap! Oh my gosh. Good gravy. Nice, okay. We're making some progress. Whew. Alright. Yeah, these guys are definitely no joke. So it does, I mean, it does add the challenge that I think they needed to add. I'm just not sure exactly how I feel about it. I mean, I think it's only a matter of time before I finish out the DLC on this. But it hasn't quite gotten its hooks into me as a game I like mainline for weeks until I'm done with it. But you know, Kingdoms of Amalur has never been that for me. It's always been a game that I'm like really into for 2 or 3 nights. And then I come back to a few months later. Let's see here. Craig says, you missed John Wilkerson's question about doing a 24-hour marathon on a Gen 1 console. Oh, sorry, I did miss that. Sorry. He said, if you had to do a 24-hour stream with only one first-gen console, which would it be? Oh, that's an interesting question. Well, now, what do we mean by first-gen? Where do you start counting your gens? I mean, like some would say, the first generation is Atari and its competitors. Atari, ColecoVision. Good gravy. I mean, if we're talking about that generation, I'll answer this question a couple different ways. If we're talking about that as the first generation, well, it's going to be Atari. I've got a Retron 77, although unfortunately, for some reason, it doesn't seem to like my streaming hardware, or my capture hardware doesn't like it. It'll go through fine to my TV if I'm just plugging the HDMI into my TV, but when I plug it into my capture card, it does not recognize the signal most times. I'd say about like maybe 60 to 70% of the time or more, it doesn't recognize the signal. It started out recognizing it and then just said dum-dum. So that's why I haven't used that anymore during streams. I would have loved to have played Kaboom with Holly some more during the charity live stream back in November. That being her favorite video game. But yeah, it would be Atari 2600 games played on the Retron 77. Now, if we're talking the NES consoles as Generation 1, where like the competitor, I suppose, was Sega. No, it wasn't even Sega Genesis. It was just what was it called? The Master System, whatever their first console was. Then, I mean, NES. But I think maybe if we're talking about like the current crop of consoles, and if we were to start counting like PlayStation 1 as the first gen, yeah, it gets weird because they didn't all start at the same time. It's kind of staggered. Like PS2, that was first gen for Xbox One. Maybe what your question is really asking is, of the consoles that had multiple generations, which console's first iteration would you choose to do a 24-hour marathon? So, those choices would be then NES, PlayStation 1, and the Xbox One, or the Atari 2600, right? Was the 2600 the first one? Anyway. Well, I mean, gosh. I don't have a ton of games for any first... You know what? It would be the NES. Because that's the console I have the most games for that I would legit enjoy playing for at least a certain amount of time. So it would definitely be the NES. I even thought like a couple days ago, I was like, I might enjoy playing Super Mario Brothers 2 from front to back. With cheat codes, of course. I can't play it any other way. But just seeing those worlds, running around, jumping through them, and, you know, doing that again. I used to do that for fun on a fun Saturday night growing up after I got the Game Genie, was to put on Invincibility and just play through a whole game from start to finish. And just see the whole world. Not taking warps, because the idea wasn't for me to quote-unquote beat the game, it was to see the world, to explore the worlds. I should start using my spell attacks more. Oh, dang it. But I have to hit him once with my... How does that work? Get off my back. I think I do a certain amount of chaos damage with my staff. And I think I have to take away their entire chaos defense bar to completely uncover their health bar before I can start hurting them with regular attacks. And that's a little bit of a bummer, because then, let's see, I think Chaos Sight. Oh, it looks like I totally boosted all this. Activation range. What I want is to have a little bit of chaos damage in all of my attacks, because the fun of the combat is switching up between like a weapon strike and then a spell attack and then a special weapon move that's done through button combination entry. But if I feel like I have to whittle them down with just my weapon, then combat becomes mostly about hammering one button until their chaos defense is completely depleted. But when you have like 3 or more guys attacking you, I can't keep track of, okay, who's in the moment, in the thick of it, who's had their chaos defense completely depleted, that I can start using other types of attacks against. No, I just end up like in the panic of the moment, not being able to keep track of everybody's shield status. I'm just hammering on the same button, and so maybe other players that have quicker reaction times and reflexes than me wouldn't feel the same way, but that's kind of what the net experience ends up being for me. What is this? Well, I like those sockets, but I don't know. I think I'll just junk it. See, Master of Magnetism says, I've been watching the DC Justice League animated cartoon series on HBO Max, and that's a really good cartoon show. Cool. Is that your first time watching it then? That'd be interesting to hear if you're feeling that way about it your first time with like no nostalgia helping you out. Hey, DT says, hey, just remember today's the day. Well, thanks for jumping in the chat. Crap! Oh my gosh! Oh no, I gotta hurt this guy a little bit. Oh my gosh! Okay. Let's do this. And then I need to boost my damage a bit here. Alright. Oh, jeez. Come on! Oh my gosh! Alright! Do it! Oh! Oh, he's still kicking, oh my gosh! There we go. That guy was not messing around. Alright, where do we have left to go? What's this over here? I'm gonna hurt myself if I try to dispel this thing. I'm gonna ditch it for now. Oh, okay. Master Magnetism regarding my question about whether or not it's his first time watching the Justice League animated series. No, it isn't, but last time I watched it, I got too distracted, LOL. Okay. Yeah, that's a series I keep meaning to... It's on my bucket list to watch it again, but every time I think about doing that, I'm like, oh, but I should just start with the Batman animated series, and then do the Superman animated series, and then make my way there. And I think I've tried that a couple times, and I stall out somewhere during the Batman animated series. I think after the first season in particular, because that first season, the artistic design, it was all noir-y and stuff, and I just really was into it. Have I done what I'm supposed to do in this place? I am confused. Let's see. Is there somewhere I can still go on the bottom left? We better check that out. Bottom left and bottom right almost look like places that lead to somewhere that's not uncovered, because the end of those tunnels seems a little bit cut off suddenly. So let's give that a go, I guess. Oh, doesn't look like I've been here. Oh my gosh. Ah! What a pain. Did I get them all? Close? Close enough. There we go. Okay. What I think I would have liked, which probably would have taken more work, is if they had just given you tougher enemies to fight, and then extended the skill trees and give, some other ability that could be unlocked, some other special attack for each character that could be unlocked. Because I've been, for a good while now, defaulting to that super meteor attack, which is still cool looking every time, but in terms of gameplay, not super exciting to find myself leaning on that as much as I unavoidably do. Unusual means, eh? Okay. Well, was there something here that I did not properly... Oh, maybe it's down here that hasn't properly been explored. Oh wait, well I can't, that's where I'm trying to go right now and I can't get there. Okay, let's go up and back around and see if there's... Oh! There's that thing I never jumped off of. Maybe now's the time. Dan XL says, hey, Peter, just dropping in to say hi. Curious, you excited to see Starfield gameplay tomorrow at all? Yeah, I mean, excited isn't the right word. I don't really get hyped as much for these things. I enjoy them when I watch them, but I, in advance, don't have a ton of anticipation for it. But yeah, I am really curious to see what that game is. Hopefully it'll be something that I will enjoy. I mean, chances are very high that it is, as they said, Skyrim in space, and that I'll enjoy that if that's what it is, So yeah, definitely looking forward to that. That's going to be a nice way to recover after this marathon. I said to Holly, half joking yesterday, that I wasn't planning on scheduling this marathon in the middle of this crazy weekend of video games industry news. But, man, some of these showcases that I'll be able to catch up watching tomorrow while I recover, that sounds like a nice way to relax and recover after a big old 24-hour marathon. I usually like to binge watch some kind of show or movie after one of these anyway, so if I'm not careful, I might turn this into a tradition. Let's see. That's okay. Yeah, and it's not as good as my staff by far, so let's junk that. What do we got here? Oh. Nope. That leans too much into the physical direction. I like doing that extra fire damage. For sure. And this is going to be a thief type thing. Take these, though. Alright. So... we went that way and there was nothing there. Craig says, my first memories of gaming include playing a couple of pirated PS1 games and my father helping me through an area in Crash Bandicoot. Do you have any kooky gaming memories? I remember me and a friend of mine in junior high, we would, do sleepovers and rent games as kind of one of the main things that we would do while we were hanging out. And we discovered Maniac Mansion. And we're just kind of blown away and totally enchanted by all the things that you could do in that world. It was kind of... It gave the feeling of... modern open world games to us at that time, because the feeling in a modern open world game with lots of interaction systems like Bethesda games is, whoa, the game will account for me thinking I should be able to take this and do this with it, and it simulates this thing that I think, if I take if I take this jar, I should be able to take it over here and pour the water out into this container. Now most games, they're not built to take that into account. They're just these empty props that maybe break at most if you interact with them. But in open world games, you more often will find systems that will account for that kind of thing. Or, maybe not open world games, but games that have that kind of interactivity. Modern games like Divinity Original Sin, different things like that. And so even though it wasn't, open world by any means, it was so crazy to think, oh my gosh, I can take this, and if I bring this here and this other item and put them both in the microwave and turn the microwave on, it'll do this thing that kind of makes some weird sense. And the novelty of that was just, it was really something. It was really something. It just lit our imaginations on fire to try all kinds of stuff, ridiculous, stupid stuff. And when those things would work, it was funny. It was really gratifying. It was awesome. I guess the kooky part of that memory would just be the game itself. It was we knew each other from drama club, and so we were the sort that would enjoy giving voices to the characters as we read the different cutscenes and stuff. And the dialogue in that game is also, the characters are really weird, and so us reading and playing along was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Plenty kooky. What the crap? Oh. Wait. I thought, see how these are kind of shaded a little bit darker? I thought that was done for places that you have been, but you've been away from long enough that things have respawned there. I can't believe I've been in this dungeon that long. There's enemies there, though. I am confused. This is where I can't get past. There is like a gate there. I'm looking for some kind of lever or a switch that I have not found yet. Let me check that spot one more time, just to make sure that I haven't, without realizing it, activated something to open that door. Nope. Still unlocked by unusual means. This is also the danger of trying to live stream any games that require any thinking, any even light puzzle solving, because I'm not good at multitasking, and so I could breeze right past a very obvious solution. Is that a thing? No, it's just a weed. Nothing to see here, nothing to see. I'm looking for this lever to present itself, like the sword and the stone. Yeah, let's go back this way, I guess. Again with the cutout music. That is unexpected. But now I'm going to jump off this thing, because I didn't do that before. I've already pulled that lever. Now, is this somewhere I have not been able to get to before? I don't think it is. I don't think this is anywhere new. Oh, but maybe it opened this door. I don't know. Do I need to try and open that chest? Maybe I do. No, those have never been mandatory to get through something before. Yeah, that's never been... Oh! I think I own this sound effect. Oh, no, that's just a... I think I can make that sound. I think they're using a Korg Triton LE somehow to make that sound effect. The weird stuff you pick up from making audio dramas. Crap. This is infuriating. Infuriating enough to have some kind of snack. Let's do, I'm gonna have some of these, what is the name of these chips? It's like quinoa and kale. These are what these are made of. I discovered these, like, they're like, Cheetos, not the really dense ones, but the puffy cheese puff types, which I don't like. But they're made in that way. But the flavor is like this jalapeno cheddar, quinoa and kale puff chips or whatever. And I tried this brand. It's a little more expensive. But I tried this brand when I was doing my weight loss endeavor. Before I zeroed in on keto, I tried this because of some of the things it had going on. And just since then, I've discovered I like coming back to them on rare occasions because they're yummy. Oh, yeah. Yep. All right. Where is my sword and the stone? Dang it. This is not a lever. Is this a... What is this? It's nothing. It's nothing. Oh my gosh. Come on. Don't make me quit. I want to end on a good note, because if I quit before finding the solution to this thing, then I'll never come back to this game. I mean, I will, but I mean, when I think about, oh, I haven't played Kingdoms of... Oh, that's right. That's where I was at when I quit last time. Never mind. So I want to get past this little hurdle. Dang it. This is not a thing. I think, you know, coming back to that question about am I looking forward to seeing Starfield gameplay, I think in recent years, the thing I look forward to more about these game showcases during quote-unquote E3 season, even though there's no E3 this year, is the things I don't see coming. The things that I don't expect. And those are sometimes smaller games, sometimes indie games, or sometimes like the THQ Nordic space where it's like AA, where they've got a budget to do some cool things that you usually only see in AAA games, but maybe not the budget to super polish it all. And that's okay. You know, one of my favorite games now of all time is the original Elix, and I've started into Elix 2. I'm sure I'll be playing a good amount of that during this live stream. Oh, that reminds me, I gotta stop and restart my recording. Hold on a second here. World Jurassic! Every two her taken have sigh, so Park Jurassic. All right. Craig says, I despise how healthier food items are more expensive. Retailers are just making it harder. Yeah, that is a bummer. That is a bummer. I would think, though, that some of that could be fixed with supply and demand if enough people just decided, you know, we care about having this kind of food, that they would change the way foods are made and streamline that process, and so healthier foods would become less expensive. That's an assumption on my part, but it seems reasonable to me. It would not surprise me at all if it's just like, you know, as Westerners, we just do what makes us feel good in the moment, which means eating crappy food without considering the consequences. And so that's what gets streamlined and mass-produced and made cheaper. But I don't know. Okay. Yeah, see, I've been away for a while now, and I think enemies have respawned in those areas, dang it. Oh. This is nigh infuriating. I am still so weirded out by the lack of music. I don't know what happened. There's always some low-level atmospheric music playing during these things. Alright, good suggestion, game. Let me get in here and do the reckoning thing. Oops. Dang it. There we go. Look at those suckers fly apart. I'll take that. I usually don't like the chakrams, but I'll junk them. Good. Oh, and I can level up now. I want to unlock the ability to open dumb plot-locked doors. What the crap? Let's see. Hey, Audrey McCann. Audrey asks, have you ever played Outer World? If so, thoughts? The closest thing I've played to that title, which maybe this is what you mean, is The Outer Worlds. There's also The Outer Wilds, which those games often get confused, but I own The Outer Worlds on PlayStation 4. I haven't played the DLC, but I did play through the whole main game and really enjoyed it. I made some choices in the last fourth of the game that I think caused me to skip a bunch of content that I could have played. I'm not sure, so I want to play it again and see. And I think the second time through I'll buy the DLC and play all the DLC as well. But that's a ways out. I think I'll do that after we have a clearer idea of when the second one is coming out. But I think another playthrough of that game is almost inevitable in the lead up to the sequel, which was announced last summer. But yeah, really enjoyed that. And that, of course, was made by Obsidian, the studio that... Dang it! The studio that made Fallout New Vegas, which is considered by some to be the best Fallout game of all time. Even though it's not made by the main studio that makes those games. Okay. It's got to be around here. Do I need to open that dumb chest? Yeah, if there's not something down here, I'm going to open the dumb chest, dang it. Come on now, what am I not seeing? Oh! Not seeing this, evidently. What do we got here? Nope. Alright, progress. Craig says, getting milk out of a cow is probably also cheaper and easier than getting it out of an almond. Yes. That sounds about right. It's so weird. I've actually become so accustomed to almond milk that in some ways I prefer it. That's really weird. I never thought that would be the case, but... And now, once I started preferring it, wouldn't you know, I've switched to like a keto-type diet, and almond milk, I believe, has more carbs than regular milk. Stupid webs! Okay, there we go. Come on, come on, come on, fire it off! There we go. Dread scale gloves. Junk. I have restarted a playthrough. This was probably about 6 to 9 months ago, so I didn't really follow through on it, but I did start a new playthrough of The Outer Worlds as a Terminator. I found that to be a pretty good place for that, too. Let's see. Let's just use the... Oh, no. Let's pick it. Let's pick it. Oh! There we go. Junk. What is this? No. Nope. I'll take these. Yeah. Alright. Well, let's see. That level up reminder is haunting me. Oh. So now now this thing has been unlocked or something? I guess I can go take care of that now. Did I not have access to that before? Maybe not. But that is what you gotta do to beat these dungeons. It's the Chaos node. Crap! Alright. Let's see. Alright, I'll just do this. See, it's so easy to want to fall back onto it. I thought about one of my other spells, but, like, you know, they're on opposite sides of me, and they can interrupt my ability, cause me to stagger so that I'm stuck in an animation and it's not responding to my button presses. So it's just like, man, when they're done beating me around and I have a 1 second window where the game acknowledges my button presses, I just want it to be a worthwhile button press, and so it's going to be the one that sets off the nuke. All right, well let's look at our level up options here. Just 1 point available. I'm all maxed out on Chaos Sight. I don't think I need to be persuasive. I'm maxed out on lockpicking. Traps can be disarmed and salvaged for components. Lore stones and treasures are displayed on the minimap. I would like to get to that point. Blacksmithing. It looks like I've been trying to build this up a bit too. Can use 4 components when crafting equipment. Increases the effectiveness of repair kits. I think I want to build blacksmithing because part of the cycle in the expansion is going and getting these chaos nodes or something and then using them to craft or recraft your weapons. And you're better off developing your own blacksmithing ability to do that. Although, man, just 1 point left and then all alchemical recipes are discovered. That is just way too tempting. I'm doing that. I'm doing that. I have to. I love me some alchemy. Now, sorcery. Have I maxed out most of what I can? I've maxed out all that I want. Yeah, let's just keep pumping points into some kind of sorcery skills. Maybe I'll pick up the chakrams at some point. And then still... Oh! Yes! Yes! This is what I want. See, right now, I'm at the sorcerer... I've got the sorcerer whatever destiny, which is what? Plus 45 elemental damage, 20% mana cost reduction, plus 2 mana regen per second, plus 20% duration of all duration-based spells. Ice Blink. That's that little dodge move that I do. Short-range teleport with ice effect replaces dodge. What do we get now? Echoes of Fate. Chance to spawn Fate Echo ally per kill. That sounds awesome. Go up to 50 elemental, or plus 50% elemental damage. Yeah, so a nice bump up to all those other things. Oh, that was the most satisfying thing of that level up. Sweet. Wait. No, I'm not sure. I'm confirming all this. Confirm. Right? Confirm. Oh, okay. Confirm. That's right. All right. It is your destiny. All right. Well, here we go, guys. Oh, these little stinkers, man. Ooh. Those flying energy ball things, were those the allies that I spawned? I think they were attacking the boggarts, not attacking me. That would be cool if that's what that was, because there's a chance for that to spawn on every kill, and I would have killed one or two of those guys. Huh. Interesting. I'll have to keep an eye on that. No, don't need that. Those are good. Alright. Okay, now we got... I haven't saved in a while. I need to save. I usually save much more frequently. But we're about to do a boss fight here. Chris A.H., thanks for jumping in the chat. Says, are you planning any Elden Ring content in the future? No. No, I'm just, I don't have it in me, I don't think, to really enjoy and appreciate how Souls-like games are made. I rented that game from Gamefly and played it for, I don't know, less than an hour. I was like, yeah, nope, still not for me. Oh my gosh. Alright, I need to potion myself up quite a bit here. Let's do this, and this. Yeah, let's try that for starters. Oh gosh! Oh my gosh! I'm just hammering dodge and cannot get any space. And I can't... I mean, a ranged attack... Maybe I need to make a... Can I make a Chaos Wand? Because that would be an option for a ranged attack type thing. See, they just keep knocking me around. Ugh. Ugh. Alright, have I knocked his shield off? Oh, I have. Okay, so that's helpful at least. Jeez. Ugh. Alright. Come on, pop this guy! Oh my gosh, did I do anything to him? I think he might have some fire resistance or something. Finally, my gosh! And did my hand wraps get broken? Is that what? Follow this hand wrap. Okay, so I need to... Yeah, 0 out of 23. How's the rest of my stuff doing? Oh, robes are in rough shape. Do I have any, repair? I guess in Oblivion they're repair hammers. Repair kits? Is that what they are in this game? I thought I did. Oh, repair kit. Here we go. Okay, so let's see here. Which of these am I wearing? I guess I'll just repair all this stuff. Sandals, the Archmage. I'm gonna have to buy more repair kits. Those are good for now. Okay. Man, those are in rough shape. That's maybe why I was taking as much damage as I was. Alright, Chaos Node. Wait, did I loot this guy? That's weird, he was highlighted for a second. I thought he had more loot. Oh, there we go. Yeah, yeah. What do we got going on here? No. No. What is this? 189. 101 fire damage, 88 burning damage over 3 seconds. Plus 25 damage versus Niskaru. Oh. Sold. So, oh, but does it do any chaos damage? I can't even tell. My chaos staff does, but it's not. Doesn't say that in its stats in particular that it does chaos damage. I'm gonna try equipping it, and we'll just we'll see how it does for now. Oh, in fact, I can test this right now. Oh no! Dang it! Oh wait, no, it was doing. Or is that because of the radius that I created? Yeah, see, it's not doing any chaos damage. But now, just by virtue of being in that radius, like I've got an ability that when I can't remember what triggers it, but it brings about like a radius area that maybe does ongoing chaos damage or something. I don't know. So yeah, I'm still just not completely sold on the new mechanics of this. So it's going to continue, I think, being a game that I enjoy, but in limited spurts. All right. Ooh. You've embarked on a dangerous journey into the very heart of Ashara, a realm of pure magic, putting your mind, body, and soul at risk to master the powers of chaos itself. Spawn a chaos, that's what it is. Spawn a chaos damage zone when landing a spell on a chaos enemy. Okay. Okay, so then in theory, because I think I already had that ability, in theory I could create those damage zones just from casting my spells, so I shouldn't need to use my staff. Okay. Plus 3% damage resistance versus chaos enemies, plus 10% chaos damage. Is that just any time? Ability to craft stronger chaos weapons. I think that's the new element for Chaos Thrall 4. I think I was already at Chaos Thrall 3 or something. Anyway. So that has been like... Is that marked differently? Chaos Portal. Oh, it doesn't show up on the world map. So I guess they only put the as yet unconquered portals on the big world map. Okay. So I'll save and be done with this one for now. Hey.
I'm calling it over the church, return the church fans.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay.
And then depending on how long it takes, I'm going to stay out and do some errands.
Okay.
I told Asher I have his phone handy in case I need to get in touch with him or somebody here.
Okay. Sounds good. Love you. All right. That's my wife taking off to do some things. Save. All right. Well, let me look at... Got about an hour and 10 minutes before I got to play anything frustrating. What do we want to do in the meantime? How about some... Let's run around in the chaotic world of Far Cry 6 for a bit. Gliboish. 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 Master of Magnetism says, how much longer till your streaming ends? This is going for 24 hours. Below my picture-in-picture on your screen, you'll see what the current time is for me. We're currently on Pacific time, and then below that, the end time, I believe, is listed as 6 a.m. So you can kind of keep track of how much is left, how much I have left to go, right there. All right. I did download probably the game I'm looking forward to playing and hoping that I enjoy it is Saints Row. I downloaded the boss factory to kind of create your character, but it was down or not working or something the other night when I wanted to get into it, so no go on that. Oh, let's see. I need to swap out a disc here. Okay. So I'm at a place right now in Far Cry 6 where I've finished the main campaign and I'm just kind of cleaning up open world activities. Hey, amazing playthroughs. Good morning to you. Thanks for jumping in the chat. They respawned some of the things that I thought I was going around and collecting. And then I realized, oh no, I can't really complete my collection of all those because they keep respawning, so never mind that. There are still some unique weapons and unique things that I can get, but not a ton. So I'll have to open up the map and remind myself of kind of what my remaining goals are in this world.
Press A button to start.
It's funny, I think with these games, I enjoy them more in hindsight. I feel like with Ubisoft games, whenever they make a new game in one of their main franchises, and those in my mind would be Assassin's Creed and Far Cry, it's like 2 steps forward and 1 step back. There's always something and it's a little bit of a different something every time, but there's always something that keeps me from really loving their game No Holds Barred. In Far Cry 5, during the campaign, it was the being kidnapped to go on the story missions. And in, you know, it would be something different in the Far Cry games before that. In 6, I think it's the loot and upgrade system that just is not quite connecting with me. Now, let's see. What was I setting out to do? Oh, I think... Let's see here. I think I was wanting to collect all the gear that I could collect, but I don't know where all the gear is, and so I think I was kind of systematically going through and filling in these gray areas of the map that are still kind of clouded because I haven't been there and truly properly explored them. So I think that's kind of what I've been doing. And I try to, at this point, at least in Far Cry 6, I try to not fast travel unless it would be absolutely frustrating not to. So just work with what I got in the world, which means going from one vehicle to the next, and sometimes, depending on what mood I'm in, abandoning stealth and just kind of like move, almost like I'm running out of time, you know, and I think that mentality, or this game, lends itself to that mentality more than others. Unfortunately, another thing about this game that's part of the loot system in some ways is that it doesn't lend itself to being playing as a sniper. If that's what you play these games for, it doesn't really lend itself to that as well as previous games. You have to work really hard to get, compared to like Far Cry 5, to get one-shot kills. I have the most powerful sniper rifle in the game, and I still have to have the right ammo for the target I'm trying to hit. Sometimes I feel like I still need to get a headshot. Whereas my preference is just let me find at least one weapon in the game that is the ultimate sniper rifle. It's like I shoot them any part of their body and they're gone. That's what I want. Oh, DT asks a tough question. Says, what would you rate this game out of 10? I stopped doing number scores years ago, and so my preference would be to not try and attach a number to it. I feel like, at least for me, I actually think this is probably true, just as an objective truth, that numbers don't make sense because you're talking about, at the end of the day, a subjective feeling that can't really be quantified, and yet you are trying to attach a mathematical value to that. But if I were to enter into that, I mean, and understanding the number system, this is another thing that makes numbers unclear. What does that represent? Does that represent like the academic grade system? You know, for some people, 7 that's a good score. It's not an adequate or whatever like a C letter grade is. You know, sufficient. Average. I think C is average. You know, but for some outlets that give review scores a 7, no, that's more than average. That's a good game. Like a 5 is an average or whatever. But I've never thought of them that way. I tend to think of them in terms of the academic scale. So let me just not do numbers and do academic scale instead. And I'd give this one somewhere in the B range. I don't know if it's a B minus, B plus, or just a solid B. But I think I'd put it somewhere in the B range where, yeah, man, this is a game I've really gotten a lot of enjoyment out of. It has some things that keep it from really being like this great game that I'm just gushing about. Yeah. All right, so I want to do these. I want to do these cryptogramma chests because, and they are a little puzzly, which isn't my. That's my least favorite thing in games is puzzles. One of my. I don't know. No, I'm sure there's some things that frustrate me more than puzzles in games. What's going on here? You got this now? Okay, I'm gonna go.
I wonder if anyone checked their pockets.
Whoever killed them probably did.
You never know.
Let's see here.
DT
DT says, dude, are you reading my comment now? I didn't realize I was commenting while 20 minutes behind. Don't even know what game this is, LOL.
Enough! I'm not
And
doing it.
said, DT says, forgot the @ChristianGeekCentral tag for above. Yeah, as a reminder for everybody, if you didn't know this already, I'm more likely to see your comment if you include @ChristianGeekCentral. No spaces, spelling is important. @ChristianGeekCentral, because then that gets automatically highlighted in orange if you spell that correctly, @ChristianGeekCentral. And so my peripheral is more likely to catch it and then respond to it. I apologize if I miss your comments. It's never intentional. Let's see here. All right. Doesn't seem super important. Cryptogramma. Shark and butterfly. That's what we're looking for. Follow the blue arrow. Wait, collect? Oh, no, it's just that again. Okay. Well, probably sharks in these waters. What are those dogs doing out there? I'm wondering suddenly if there's any sharks around that are going to eat them. Sharks and butterflies. Alright, well, let's see, have I been in this boat before? Oh, crap! Okay, so, there's a rule that I made for myself. Whenever I get into a vehicle, if it ever shows me a little thing that says, bring this vehicle to a pickup point and you can add it to your collection, I immediately, as a rule, since finishing the game, I didn't do this while I was trying to do the main story, but since finishing the game, whenever I get into a vehicle, if I get that little notification, I have to drop whatever I'm doing and make it my #1 priority to get this vehicle to a drop-off point. Am I at a drop-off point? What in the world? I'm very confused right now. Oh, nice. This is a drop-off point, so I just turn it around and drop it off for myself. So that didn't end up being much of a problem. Bring it right in here. There we go. Registered now as mine. Okay. So now we can take it back on out. I'm thinking I gotta go across. I think I was kind of being pointed across the water. You gotta look for the color blue because the secret organization of good guys uses blue in their things. So, shark and butterfly. DT says, I was actually wondering what you would rate Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. And for grading system, marks out of 10 or 100 is fine. Okay. Yeah, Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning, I'll just include Re-Reckoning in that. I think is likewise kind of a B. And a lot of that is on the strength of the combat. and the upgrade and loot systems associated with the combat. Oh, look at that big guy. That was close. That was close. Ugh. Big, ugly, scary thing. For more chat about geek entertainment, answers to your questions, and news from the wider world of Christian geekery, get the Christian Geek Central podcast today on iTunes and other podcast services.